Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
Fielded in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Locke working out of the gun. And his throw here is incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Giving targets Jeudy this time to catch many.
Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
Watch pass.
He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Yards.
Again, it's Locke. And that is incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Raiders take over first.
So the Raiders backed up here to begin their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
That's good.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll look to throw now on first down. The open man here, Renfro. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we got it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Daniel Carlson
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's held. And the Raiders have recovered. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again.
It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 9 yards.
He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
The tackle made.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Oh, the spin. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
He was brought down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It's now 3rd and 9.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's the right side here, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Broncos nothing.
Here's Jacobs at 1st and 10. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
Ball carrier.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders add on to their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize. But when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way to the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
We see Drew Lock and the offense coming back on. If second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And it's incomplete.
On the throw.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Throwing his Lock on third down. And the find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Lock going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Lock throwing on target to Fant.
Blocked pass.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Third down.
From the gun on third down, Lock. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Lock and Sutton on the connection there for a Denver first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Ball carrier.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, the pass rush is just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Brought down at the 8-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
A loss of 2.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. It's coming, and down he goes.
Drew Lock, sack. A loss of 9 yards.
Big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he's going to go down again. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
McManus for the Bronco field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
At their own 26-yard line.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and put him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. And man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing.
And the Raiders have got him.
A loss of 12 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Lock out quickly to Judy. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
First down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. 23 yards for the touchdown. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Daniel Carlson to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Locke to throw. Open man, here's Hamilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. This is the tight end fan. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
Now Locke again. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Broncos 3.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he returns this to the 22.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it first and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They're trying to get to Woods, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Bronco ball carrier.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 25 on second down. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a second and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 37-yard line.
Second and 2. Nicely caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
At the 49.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And finds a man with a crossing route. This is going to be another first down as he'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. Back to throw now on first down. The 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his third touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The throw taken in by Hamilton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Heavy rush, and down he goes. Corey Littleton in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's had himself a game.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
Yeah, he's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
3-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going right side here, and that's complete.
That's good.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Carl Nassib there on the tackle. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 yards. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And open, that's how he was.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing out big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And a slam held in by Ruggs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
2 more yards.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the silver and black continue to roll.
They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweat.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on second and long. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
First down, Broncos.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. He's going to air one out. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Locke looks to throw it again. He's got his tight end fan. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Denver.
Locke now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Locke. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Locke working out of the gun. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Keep giving it to him. Come on, keep giving it to him. Let's go.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. The pass
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 10. Completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
At the 33-yard line.
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line is at the pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold-up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Here's Jacobs, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour world because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
And coming out now, the Broncos. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build up, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it.
Gets it to Gordon. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now second.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Locke. That is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
When you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. You want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
He's going to walk one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to score again. Yet another
Partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Carlson on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what.
And the Raiders have got him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, Lock. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Lock. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Today's
Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, Molten. It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.